Okay,
All right, it's now 9:49. I'm going to call the meeting of the trustees to order. Yolanda, would you please call the roll? Special counsel, please call the roll.
Mayor Cantrell. King. Director Barnes. Here. Director Duplessis. Director Kennedy.
Here.
Director Cole. Director Pacho.
Here.
Director Sloss. Director Howard. Director Schulis.
Here.
Director Anthrop. Rebecca Jonesy. Dexter Joseph.
Here.
Moby McBool.
Here.
Ms. Jackie Shine. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. May we have a motion to approve the minutes of the February 19, 2025 Board of Trustees meeting?
So moved.
Second.
We seconded. Are there any questions? Any discussion? We have public comment on this? It doesn't say it. I mean, do I need to ask that question?
Oh, no.
All in favor? So
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. We're now going to have Arquette and Associates will present recommendations for additional asset managers. Mr. Arquette, if you proceed, please.
Sure. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So we have a couple of documents just to support the rebalancing recommendations. So as you can see on this page, we have an approved asset allocation. And to really fulfill the requirements of the approved asset allocation, we've looked at managers, the diversification within the managers as part of that, that conversation. So I'm going to fast forward to this particular rebalancing page. And what we're going to see here on this particular schematic are the amounts to be rebalanced. So what's in red would be what's coming away from a manager, and what's in green would be what's going into a manager. And we can see here, we have Loop Capital for fixed income, so that would be a new addition. We have Earnest Partners for midcap, that would be a new addition. Mesero, which is now MetLife for the small cap strategy, that would be a new addition, as would Channing. And then TS&W and GQG Partners. So these are the new managers that have been selected to take some of the allocations. And again, this schematic just points to where the money's coming from in red, and then in green where the money is going to. With respect to these managers, just to take a big step back, we went through open procurement. We went through analysis, shortlisting, and interviews of the managers. So it did take a couple of quarters to get to this list of managers here that are being recommended for this rebalancing.
We
One
actually,
question,
what's that?
one question.
Yeah,
Do we have an official memo, MetLife, in relationship to Mesero and that change?
Yes. So, Chairman, that was at the prior meeting
Sorry.
as we were going through the recommendations.
Right, okay. Yeah, I remember.
Is there any other discussion? Otherwise, Gray, you proceed with it.
We're still doing the presentations.
Yeah,
He's still doing, he's gonna do each one. Or do you want to do, after each fixed income?
Do we need to do it separately for each one?
Yes. So do you want to take the action item after each presentation?
Yeah, I think that would be.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I'm following what's on here.
Okay.
And so this is saying Gray's on deck, and that's not what's going on, right? I'm on a different thing than you are.
Yeah.
I'm on the cheat sheet.
So,
All right, so we have presentation items, the first of which is broad fixed income, Loop Capital, $31 million.
so this slide actually has all of the changes on it.
Yep.
So A through E is all written up there.
So we can take it together.
So what?
We could just do I can do a motion, we could do a motion to actually take each action item after each presentation, if that's the pleasure of the board, the trustees.
I'm not clear on this. Are we going to have a presentation on every one of these things?
Yes, we have a
Okay.
presentation.
So why aren't we doing that now? Why don't we do it now? Should we do it now?
No, it may be easier for the board members to understand what they're voting on. Yeah.
Well, that would be the presentation, right?
Right, but there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, there's 5 presentations.
Right.
I think some of the trustees would like, after each presentation.
No,
I think it's,
I don't think you're understanding.
No.
So
Yeah,
we've
no,
gone,
I'm with
we've
you.
gone through this.
Yes, we have,
This entire screen
is up
are
there.
all of these action
Correct.
items. So there's no separate presentation for each item. This is the summary of A through E.
Correct.
So at this point, I'd like to move to approve action items A through E in global, if that's possible.
Yeah, is there a second?
Right after the presentation. So Quaco has not completed his presentation. He's only done A. He has not completed B through E.
B through E are still up there.
he's about to finish
Right,
it.
but he hasn't finished his presentation. He's only talked about A.
All
Yeah,
right,
so
Please proceed. Thank you.
I can do that. So, with respect to the recommendations, we've mentioned the 31 million going into loop capital. And again, everything corresponds on this particular page. So what's in red is being rebalanced away from. What's in green is where the money's going. So loop capital you see under fixed income. For the equities, US mid-cap, we have earnest partners, so that will be an allocation of 5 million going into earnest partners. For US small cap, we have both Mesirow, now MetLife, and Channing Capital Management that would receive 6.5 million each. For the non-US equity, we have TS&W receiving 4 million. And then for the non-US emerging markets equity, we have GQG receiving 4 million. And I should mention all of those amounts are approximate because it's all subject to market fluctuations. Sure.
so this may be covered somewhere else, but is there a matrix or something that explains why you decided to take $28 million out of Fidelity and put it into Loop? Is it lack of performance? Is it bigger performance? What's the methodology for that?
Yeah, so the logic is just rebalancing the portfolio. So it's essentially an even split between the two managers. And given the, the healthy amount we have to fixed income, that's 24%, we wanted to go 50-50 between the two managers. So they're really good diversifiers with one another. And 50-50 was the optimal split that we determined just to start the rebalancing on.
So my question was related to, now I see it as measurable, we'll say MetLife and Channing.
Yes.
And so I know that they are complementary, but as we move forward in monitoring, how can we better, they're both small cap value, but how can we better monitor because they do have slightly different strategies?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So we would expect Mesirow to be more all-weather, Channing to be more concentrated, higher conviction. So I would expect over certain reporting periods, Channing to either be significantly above the benchmark, potentially below the benchmark, and Mesirow more of a steady return stream. So that's what we're expecting. Any deviation from that, we would discuss and figure out the constitution from there.
I feel like for my fellow trustees and myself, we need some indication as we proceed throughout the year.
Yes.
Just notating, because if we just get our regular reporting, we just see two small cap value.
Sure.
One outperforming the other without any explanation.
Sure.
And so I don't know how to do that format-wise, but some indication that this is our active, this is,
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, one of the things we can do, a couple of things we can do. So we can have characteristic pages during the quarterly reporting
That'd be
period.
great.
And then that will show from a sizing, from a sector standpoint, like which manager's doing what. So we can definitely do that.
That's what.
What kind of pages did you say?
Characteristic page. And this would coincide with the quarterly reporting periods.
Is there further discussion on this?
Then one more thing. can we get this page or something else that captures our rebalance? I think it's good for us to know, when we're rebalancing where funds came from. I don't
Yes.
think we have this snapshot in any of our other presentations consolidated to one page. So this would be really effective unless you have an alternative for us.
No, so we can, if I understand the question, so once everything's concluded, you would want a page like this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll have that in the performance report, and we'll also put something like this together for you. But in the performance report, what we typically have will be a page like this, and then you'll see, in fact, this doesn't have it, but you'll typically see cash flows over a 3-month period that take place.
That's, like that previous page gives us everything.
Yes.
We're liquidating Fidelity. It's going to Loop.
Yes.
That consolidation all on one page.
Yes, so we can definitely do that.
Okay.
And there's a report that enumerates performance by the different funds, I assume, at some point in the year?
That one I'm sorry.
I don't know,
That's
these meetings are not, I don't normally have.
And the characteristic page will be a separate page, correct?
Yes.
Okay, is that the presentation items? Yes. Now we're going to proceed with the 5 action items. So what it says for me, is that right?
Yes.
And that's you, Gray, please.
Yeah, I can introduce. So Resolution 53 provides the authorization of Luke Capital as an additional manager for the broad fixed income class selected in accordance with our investment policy statement and presented today.
And so we can take those in global, Gray, if you'd like, to just basically announce all of them.
Okay, Resolution 54 provides the authorization of Earnest Partners as a manager for U.S. mid-cap equity asset class, also selected in accordance with the investment policy statement. Resolution 55 is the authorization of Mesro Capital Management and Channing Capital Management as managers for U.S. small-cap equity asset class. And Resolution 56 is the authorization of TS&W as a manager for the non-U.S. small equity asset class. And finally, Resolution 57 provides authorization of GQG Partners as manager for the non-U.S. emerging markets equity asset class. All of these were selected in accordance with the investment policy statement of the Swibno pension plan and presented today, as well as earlier recommended by the pension committee.
So may I have a motion to approve resolutions R53, 2025, 54, 2025, 55, 2025, 56, 2025, and 57, 2025?
So move.
Been moved and properly seconded. Is there a second?
Yes.
And properly seconded. Are there any questions, any discussion? No. All in favor, please say so.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. Are there any public comments?
Public comments, Chair. Trustee.
No public comments. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Move seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good. That was short.
Yes.